Welcome back to the Porsche 911 EV build. On this episode, we're getting all these bits stripped off of the car. Then we're going to dry ice blast the entire car and explain to you exactly how it works. Before we show you what rust we found, I am here with Shane from Felton, and obviously this is the front end of the Porsche you guys saw us take out on the last episode, and he is going to take the time to take this thing apart. Surprisingly, most of the parts actually came apart pretty easily, considering this car has been in storage for over 10 years. Now Shane has stripped it down to component parts, so we can have them dry ice blasted, but then also press new bushes into them before we refit them to the car. You've seen that Shane's now stripped all of this down, and it's time to get it dry ice blasted, but instead of buying a cheap Chinese machine, we've gone a little bit more upmarket. We've got the guys in from the Ice Blasters who are actually going to spend the day ice blasting this whole machine. Do you want to give us a bit more of an intro of how these machines work and why I made the right decision of not buying a cheap Chinese machine?
You certainly made the right decision by calling us in. There's two different machines here, and the biggest difference is the pressure handling.
Okay.
So that goes up to 12 bar of pressure. This goes up to 16 bar of pressure. The airflow on that particular machine is a little lower, so up to 75 CFM, whereas this one can go up to 450.
Fine.
They've got different uses.
Oh,
so
okay,
industrial applications or anything big, this would be the machine for.
So this is sort of gets the job done quicker.
It certainly does.
So for the bottom of the car.
Most definitely.
That one? Yeah.
This particular machine can tone down to be the same as that machine. So we can actually put the smaller nozzles on here.
Right.
This will do its own work and the work of that.
So did you get this one first?
You could say that, yes.
And then you went, I want a bigger machine, I want it to be more powerful.
One more. But we use them in combination. You'll see us working today. There'll be one of us using the big machine on the bigger areas.
Yeah.
And then we'll put smaller, more delicate nozzles on the smaller machine to go around the smaller areas.
Right, okay.
Which is how we do an underbody in one day. So we will go to an underbody job, and we know two of us, two machines, we will do an underbody.
So we've made it a bit easier because we've stripped everything off.
Yes.
Maybe a bit easier. It means we can get every little bit of it. The reason we stripped, obviously, all the bushes are absolutely knackered anyway, so we needed to do that. Okay, cool. And are you going to let me have a go at this?
Of course, yeah.
And how much mess are we going to make?
A lot.
Okay, so anyone out there, this makes a lot of mess.
I can't emphasise enough. We are hitting a lot of air, and we're not just pushing the air away. It just moves.
Okay.
And you'll clean up today, and it will settle again tomorrow.
We're going to be cleaning up for a while then.
Yeah.
Well, let's get ourselves started then, shall we? Make sure you cover everything so you don't get shit absolutely everywhere. Plug everything together, ready to start dry ice blasting. PPE. This is going to be bloody loud. I don't really want to be deaf. Putting the dry ice in the machine. I feel like a mad scientist. Actually using the dry ice bums to get this vehicle cleaned down. I feel like a gun. Don't touch that bit, yeah? Put my hand back. It's quite a lot off. It's actually quite therapeutic in one way. So what you're telling me, it's all about the size of your nozzle?
It is about the size, yeah. Pains me to say it. We've got multiple different nozzles. Right. And it's not just about the size, actually. It's about the shape. We can't put all that on there, can we?
I have the different nozzle now. Because apparently it's all about nozzle and size in this sort of game.
If they're sharing their toys, I want to have a go.
You want to have a go? You literally just appeared to have a go with my new toy.
Well, I could hear it, so yeah.
Go on then.
It's not your new toy anyway.
Remember, you're not taking the paint off.
Okay, just the
What
dirt.
are you holding it like?
It's like a bazooka. What?
What are you doing?
It's my initials.
Well, at least you wrote your initials and
But I was signing my work anyway. I'm bored, so you can have it back.
Bugger off then.
All right.
Nick, come and put your hand on this.
Sorry?
Come and put your hand on this.
No.
It sticks a bit.
I don't want to touch it. Good time on it, lick it.
As normal, Nick only appears when I want to do something stupid or fun. So we have a bucket
For science.
for science of hot water. Let's see what happens, shall we? Ready?
Put it in. Look at that, freaky science. Don't waft it around.
Why not?
Look at that.
How
Like a horror movie.
amazing dry ice can be. Apparently I can put another one in and it'll go again.
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 Do you ready? Yeah. It's so childish. You're meant to be the older one as well.
Well, you look older.
Oh well.
Child. So we have a before and after.
We do, yeah. And I said it before, Chris. It's not really dirty. There's definitely no aftermarket under seal, which is usually the difficult stuff to get off. We can get all under seal off, but it makes it really, really messy. This is just dirt.
It's actually the original undersill, which is actually great. There's a couple.
That is the original under seal under there. It's opened up a couple of repairs there as well. But again, they don't look too bad. But yeah, you can just see the ease. What, that's taken 20 minutes maybe, and we've stopped in between, had a little bit of a chat as well. So a car like this, stripped in this state, would probably take us about 6 hours with 2 people.
I think the main thing to remember here is with you guys is you're mobile and there's 2 of you, so you can get in, get a job done, and get it out. So people aren't waiting around for days and days and days for stuff to get done.
We bring the blasting to wherever it needs to be. So we come with our own compressor, all our own blasting equipment. We always carry enough ice to keep us going for longer than a day. These 2 machines turned up can consume a lot of ice, but as an example today, we've got 2 325 kilo tubs on board.
Yeah, you've got a big,
We've got a lot of ice.
big old tub in that ice tub.
Means that whatever job we go to, we know we can finish it. We're not going to turn up at a job of 100 kilo of ice and hope to do an underbody of a car. You might do an underbody on 100 kilos, but you don't know. So we go prepared. But because of the volume of work that we have, we know what ice we don't use today gets used on the job tomorrow.
Yeah, because the ice doesn't last forever. So how long does the ice tend to last?
Vary. The container and how much ice is within that container is important. So if the container was fully insulated like what we hold on the van and that it was full, you would find that will probably last 4 to 5 days if untouched. But the moment you start taking ice out of there and you create pockets of air within there, it depletes a lot quicker. I think they say around about 20% in every 24-hour period, but those factors of the container, the volume in there, the ambient temperature outside, all of those have an effect. But use it. Old ice isn't as strong, isn't as brittle, so it isn't as an effective cleaning agent. So our preference is fresh ice.
And it's dry ice, which is CO2 based?
It's frozen carbon dioxide in a solid state, yeah. So it's extruded into 3mm pellets. We put those 3mm pellets into our machines, and our machines can then grind it from that 3mm down to 0.3mm. So we control what size the ice particle is. On here, we haven't gone particularly big. It didn't need it. If it was really stubborn, stuck on dirt, yeah, we would turn the particle size up. But this isn't this. We're just tickling this and it's coming off.
So we actually bought a half decent 964 in the beginning. But anyway, we'll crack on and get the rest of the car done then. Right, so you guys done a great job under here. And
We're still going at it, yeah.
You reckon you found a field in the back bumper?
There was a field.
But one thing we've now
field.
noticed is obviously all of this is original.
It is.
And now you're moving towards the front, we have this section.
So this has got aftermarket under seal on it, which we can take off. There's no problem at all. That's just going to cause more mess.
That's fine. So you can basically turn the machine up now, can you?
Yeah, I'm probably not even going to need to turn it up. But yeah, if I need more power, I've got plenty there.
You can just take your time a little bit longer and it'll just remove this aftermarket.
The ice loves this stuff because it can be frozen. And you'll see, if you were going to go at this in any other traditional way, what would you do? Probably a wire wheel or something.
And just spend hours and hours.
Chemicals on there, and you'll be moving this all around. Yeah. You'll be covered. I know we're covered anyway.
And you know, like a porcupine, because all the bits come off the wire wheel and you just get stuck in your skin.
And you're not going to get in all of those little nooks and crannies, are you? But you'll see. You have a look at it once we get going, but it comes off effortlessly.
So these Porsches are renowned because this is the lowest part. You just scratch these on the floor continually and you batter them, which is why it's probably just been coated and coated and coated over the years. Right, that's my dry ice in. Let's see if we can get off this old undersill, shall we?
Ice is media, but not in the same way as shot or any other thing like that. Something like media, as in shot blasting, needs force.
Yeah.
And going closer will have more of an effect. Your spray pattern becomes smaller, but it has more of an effect on what you're doing. But yeah, ice, freeze it, explode it.
So under here, there is some of the original understill still in place, and then there's patches, obviously, where it's come off, where they then sprayed over it to try and stop rust coming through. But that's so they didn't actually get rid of the rust that's underneath it. Anyway, we're going to crack on and try and get the rest of this off, and then move on to all the parts on the desk, which hopefully will come out really, really nice. Now the underside of the car is all done, we are going to move over to getting all of these bit done with this man here. We're going to move it to the door, get the big blaster out, and we'll get all this stuff looking new-ish. So it's been a long day, and you guys have done most of the work, admittedly.
You've done some.
You just let me have a little play every now and again. But everything looks really good. We managed to get the whole underside of the car done and a load of bits.
Yeah,
as well.
we did. Yes, yeah.
So if people want to reach out to you,
On the social is at the Ice Blasters.
yep,
Our website is iceblasters.co.uk.
brilliant,
We are completely mobile. We'll cover the whole of the UK up and down.
amazing.
So we generally work as a team of 2 people. We'll come out with compressor, blast equipment, and all ice, and we will come to the job basically.
Amazing news.
Just got to add, we sell the machinery.
You sell the machinery
We
as
do,
well.
and we also supply the ice. So it can be a one-stop
So
shop.
if you want to do stupid stuff like I did with the ice and hot water, you can just buy ice from these guys and mess
You
around
could,
that out.
yeah. So ice available next day, anything from 20 kilo
Amazing.
upwards. Even if you don't have a machine, you can buy ice to play with, eh?
Exactly. Thank you very much for watching. Please leave a comment below if you've got any questions about ice blasting. I'm sure these guys will be keeping an eye on our comments on our social media. And I'll see you next time.